What did your friends and your family and your classmates, what did they say when you began to talk to them about the fact that you were going to do this?
Well, classmates and friends were like, "Oh, that sounds cool." Because I don't
Okay.
think, friends, and they think adventure. They think, "Oh,
Yeah.
overseas, that sounds cool, adventure." Parents, my mom was like, "Oh, no. Oh, absolutely not." My mom was like, "You're going where, doing what? Absolutely not, young
Yeah.
lady." She's like, "No, ma'am, you're going by yourself. You don't know these people. Where are you going to go?" And I'm like, "Mom, I don't." And so she was like, "No, no, I don't. No, 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 no." But my dad was like, if that's what you want to do, you go.
So you do describe this as the greatest adventure of your life. Tell us about where you got to go.
They do allow you to pick the region,
Okay.
but you don't get to pick the specific location. So my original first choice was Europe.
Okay.
Eastern Europe. So I missed assignments to like Albania, Romania, Armenia. I think those were the areas that I wanted to go to, but I missed those assignments. And then I was supposed to go to like Jamaica, and then I missed that assignment. And it was all because of health clearances that they require. So one tip, don't be too honest on that application. I was too honest because they're going to make you like go and get, clearances for all of it. So, but I finally did end up in the Eastern Caribbean. So
Okay.
the way that it was, we went to Miami for a 3-day, kind of like a debrief, you could say. And I met all of the folks in my group. And so there were like 20 something of us, and we were all in Miami for a couple of days. And then we flew out to St. Lucia, and we were in St. Lucia for a month. And this is where we did like our training. Each of us was paired with a family.
Okay.
And they trained us like how to be safe, do's and don'ts, some basic how to adjust to how to learn to listen. Because even though the primary language is English, they speak a dialect. So it's a broken English. It's like, what are you saying? What? Are you speaking English? What is that? What? So you have to learn to really listen. You have to learn to adjust. You have to learn to, what are some of the customs and the norms? The do's and the don'ts. What could be considered offensive? How should you address, and what's a no-no? Things like that, and how to just stay safe. So we learned all of those things over the period of a month. And then near the end of that month, there are several islands that are a part of the EC for the Peace Corps. And so the directors of those islands now come to us in St. Lucia at the end of the training, and they literally interview all of us.
Okay.
And they want to know, like, what are our strengths? What are our educational backgrounds? What do we know? What are our interests? All of that. And then at that point, it's like a boxing match. And they like literally fight for us because now they want us in their specific island because they may have projects and things that organizations that specifically want us with certain skills. And so that's what happened. They went to town for like, I don't know, 3 days, I think. And so we're all like, who do you think? And we're trying to listen at the door. What do you think? Who do you think where you're going to end up? So we had that nervousness for like a couple of days. And then finally we get our assignments. And I ended up in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is an extremely tiny island, which is right between Grenada and St. Lucia. And so never heard of it before until I literally landed my feet on the island.